Alpha of Williamsport is a busy service facility. To make sure each customer's expectations are met, the business uses a service system. I am Jess, the team leader of the red team, and that is Tom, the service consultant. Tom is about to finish the customer service system, as you will see shortly. Once done, he will pivot and he will start the shop production system. Some service systems are fully computerized and paperless. Others use only paper. Our service system uses a combination of computer and paper.
Okay, thank you for your business.
Thank you.
Tom enters information into the computer to finish the RO. Tom also starts the shop production system by recording information onto the repair order tracking sheet. Once he is done, he will give the RO to the team leader, that's me, and a copy of the RO to the parts specialist so the parts for the job can be pulled. Tom fills out the first of 4 phases of the repair order tracking sheet. He puts in the customer's name, year, make, and model, as well as the time promised and the initial hours sold. With delivery of the RO copies to the team leader and the parts specialist, this ends the first phase, check-in.
Here's the next job the customer needs by 3 p.m. I'll give parts their copies so they can have the parts ready.
Okay, thanks.
Good morning, Jess. I'm ready for the first job of the day.
Okay, here's a 2003 GMC Denali. Has a coolant leak and needs an oil change. Make sure you text Tom whenever you start the job. When the technician begins the job, the service consultant will get a text message about who is working on the car and when they started working on it. This starts the second phase of the repair order tracking sheet, which is the initial work. Tom enters the information into the computer about who has the job, Sam, and the time he started the job. Tom will wait for the next step where Sam, the technician, will report to him about any additional repairs that might be needed. The technician will come to parts to find the parts specialist has pulled the oil filter that was already sold by Tom this morning. Sam, the technician, will first diagnose the coolant leak problem found on the RO. Sam will also perform a general maintenance inspection. Once done, Sam will return to the parts specialist to get the parts prices before meeting with Tom to discuss any additional work needed. Sam will finish the oil change after meeting with Tom. The technician will come to parts and it is expected that the technician will provide the information for the parts specialist to look up the correct parts for any additional work that is recommended to the customer. The parts specialist will provide Tom, the service consultant, the sale price of parts either by email or in person.
Okay, I'll expect delivery around noon.
Hey, I need price and availability for a water pump for a 2003 GMC Denali. It's got a 6-liter engine, and I also need 2 gallons of antifreeze. Can you price some wiper blades as well? The RO is $12.34.
I need to know if it has a heavy-duty cooling system. Never mind, the part numbers are the same and they are in stock at the parts store. Looks like they could be here by noon if I know by 10 a.m.
Alright, thanks.
Tom, the service consultant, and Sam, the technician, will talk about the vehicle's diagnosis as well as any additional repairs needed. Tom and Sam will prioritize them into must, should, and could list for the customer. To know how much labor to charge the customer, the service consultant will look up labor times. At some shops, labor times could be looked up by another member of the team, such as the parts specialist, manager, or the owner. The service consultant will pull all the information together, and Sam will leave the RO with Tom so he can make notes. Tom will create an estimate before calling the customer. Once the customer approves the work, he will update the RO before giving it back to Sam.
Okay, I understand.
Tom records the time he spoke to the technician on the tracking sheet. Tom also looked up the labor times to install the water pump at 2 hours and the wiper blades at 0.1 hours. He will record the total labor hours that are needed to do the work as 2.1 hours. Tom is done with the second phase when he finally calls the customer with the estimate. At 8:40, he got authorization for the water pump but was unable to sell the wiper blades and recorded this on repair order tracking sheet. Since Tom sold the water pump, the shop production system enters the third phase, additional work. Instead of going to the fourth phase, checkout. Tom records on the repair order tracking sheet the work sold as 2 hours. At 8:46, Tom has authorization and will inform the parts specialist to order the parts. He will also return the repair order to the technician. He will record the times he met with the parts specialist and Sam on the tracking sheet, along with the estimated delivery time of ordered parts.
You can order the water pump for RO at 12:34, but not the wiper blades. You know what time it'll be here?
I will call in the order, but it won't be here until around lunch. It's coming from a different store.
Okay, well, the customer needs a car by 3 p.m. and it should take around 2 hours to complete the job.
I might be cutting it close.
Okay, well, if I don't see it by 1, I'll decide what to do from that point.
All right.
I sold the water pump for the 2003 Denali, and Sam's gonna be tied up for a couple hours. Parts should be here by noon.
Okay, what does the schedule look like?
No start just got towed in, but I've yet to write it up yet.
Okay, give Sam the repair order and tell him to come see me. I'll have him do the nose start while he's waiting for the Denali parts to come in. What time did you promise to be done by?
The customer needs a car by 3 p.m. The parts should be here around noon.
Okay, I'll have Sam take it apart before he goes to lunch. If it's not in after he gets back to lunch, then it may take longer.
Okay. I sold the water pump. Jess said to see him. He has another job for you to start. The pump should be here by noon, and the customer needs it by 3.
Okay.
Ask Jess, but I think to keep it on schedule, he wants you to take it apart before lunch.
All right. What about the wiper blades?
They don't want to do the wiper blades.
Okay.
At 1 p.m., a text message was not received that the water pump had arrived for the Denali. Knowing that in the best circumstances, production would be delayed, Tom is cautious and decides to call the customer to push back the promised time.
Mr. Garner, I know we promised you your car by 3 today, but we are delayed because the parts haven't arrived yet. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to move the completion to the end of the day. Okay, I understand. I'll call you as soon as the car is done, or if we have any delays, it won't let us get it done by 5. Okay, bye.
Tom will monitor the situation and wait for the parts specialist to text him that the parts have arrived. Hopefully the parts will arrive soon so the 5 p.m. deadline can be met.
I just got your text. You have the water pump for the Denali?
I sent a text to Tom as well.
Okay, good. That'll make him happy. I'll text him and let him know I'm working on it again.
Okay.
Tom, upon receiving the text messages from the technician and the parts specialist at 111, updated his tracking sheet. This finishes Phase 3. He is ready to move into Phase 4 and will be waiting for Sam to finish the repair and give him the repair order. At 3:37, Sam finished the water pump and will test drive the Denali. If the test drive and the final inspection goes well, Sam will park the Denali and see Tom to give him the repair order and the keys.
The Denali's done. Here are the keys.
Okay, I got the invoice done. Do you have a minute to look it over to make sure we didn't miss anything?
Yeah. At 2:30, Tom got copies of the final delivery receipts from parts. He will attach them to the RO so we know who sold us the parts. He needed the parts delivery receipts to finish the RO, which was done at 3:30. That should do it. I don't need any other parts.
Mr. Garner, your vehicle's done. The total is actually under the estimate, and it comes to $398.77. And you can pick it up until we close at 6. Okay, tomorrow's fine. We'll see you then.
In the fourth phase, checkout, Tom fills in the time Sam gave him the keys in the RO, which was 3:53. Tom already put in 2:30 for the time he received the parts delivery receipts and when he was finished with the invoice, which was 3:30. Tom, after confirming everything with Sam, recorded the time he called the customer, which was 3:55. Since the customer said they will pick it up tomorrow, that will complete the repair order tracking sheet for today.
I'm sorry, Jim. I have to leave unexpectedly, but I'll be back around 10 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Okay, is your repair order tracking sheet up to date so I know where you left off?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Alpha of Williamsport. Yes, Mr. Garner. You want to pick up your vehicle today? Okay, that is not a problem. We're here until 6 p.m. today and your vehicle and your invoice are ready. Yes, Alpha of Williamsport. Yes, Mr. Brown. You want to check on the status of your repair? The parts just arrived and the technician is working on it. Based on the estimated time it takes to do the repair, we should be able to meet your deadline of noon tomorrow. Thank you. Have a nice day, folks.